and Mrs Courtney.
Hope you're all okay. We're here today to show you how to make some homemade bird feeders, as there's lots more wildlife in our garden at the moment.
Hopefully everything you can see you can find at home, so you'll be able to make one too.
And if you can't find it at home, I'm sure you can find it outside. The first bird feeder that we will show you how to make uses an old tin can which you can save from your dinner. You can choose to paint this if you want to. I won't for this demonstration, but you can add any colours you want to. You will also need either a length of fabric material or perhaps some string if you have string at home. You'll need to go out into the garden and collect some twigs, though if you can't find any of those, you can actually use things like pencils, wooden spoons as well, they both work. And of course you'll need some bird food and finally some sellotape as well.
So the first thing you need to do is turn the tin can on its side, then get the sticks that you could have collected from outside. Try to make sure they're all roughly the same length. Then put the sticks on top of the tin can so that they're hanging over it. You're making a ledge for the bird to sit on. You need to stick this down with sellotape. It might be quite tricky, so you might want to get somebody in your household to hold on to them while you get the sellotape to be able to stick them.
Now that you've created the perch for your bird to sit on, all you need to do is create some loops to attach it to a branch on a tree. You can use a length of ribbon or material. I'm going to use some string that I found at home. So what you need to do is very carefully tuck it underneath the tin. Doesn't matter if it's slightly wonky at this stage because you can move it. You need to tie a knot close to the tin can so that it stays in place really well. Again, if you struggle tying knots, you can get somebody at home to help you with this step. It is quite tricky when you've got only one pair of hands. Once you've tied your knot close to the tin can, you also need to tie a knot up to the top as well. If these are slightly different lengths, it doesn't matter because you can trim them off at the end. Once you've tied a knot at the top, you can see that you've created one loop which you can twist around to hold over a branch. You'll need to do two of these though to make sure that it's really secure.
We've added a second loop to the tin can to make sure it's really secure, and we've trimmed the top so there's not any extra hanging down. And then all you need to do is add your bird seed into the tin, and then you'll be able to watch the birds hopefully enjoying eating from it. So if you don't have a tin can at home, you might have a plastic bottle. So this is an alternative you could make. Any plastic bottle's fine, you just need to make sure you kept the lid on. You could use twigs again, you'll need your bird seed, and you could use pencils instead of twigs. I'm going to show you how to do this one with pencils.
The next step is to create a hole in the bottle. You may need somebody at home to help you with this, as they can be quite tricky to get started. Once you have made a hole in the bottle, you need to cut out a rectangular shape about halfway up the bottle. Make sure that the hole isn't too big or too small. I'll show you ours in just a second.
So the next thing you need to do is make a hole to put the perch through for the bird to sit on. We found the best way to do this is to make a hole in the bottle. We've used a drawing pin. You could get someone to help you. Get your pencil and twist it until it goes through the bottle.
We then made a second hole in the other side of the bottle and pushed the pencil all the way through. We've also added a second pencil at the top to provide a second perch for the birds to sit on. The last thing you need to do is fill the bottle up part way with some bird seed so that the birds can enjoy eating from it.
So in order to hang this from a tree, we're going to take the material or the ribbon or the string that we used before. You can wrap it around the neck of the bottle. Just tie a knot at the top. This one's quite long. Tie it in a knot, and then you can hang it from the tree.